again, being really honest, is that self-doubt.
Yeah.
If you let that take over, it can really hold you back from doing things. Where I'm a big believer in just try it first. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't mean you're shit at it. Just find something else that works.
You might be shit at it.
You might be shit at it, but you've got to try it.
Hello. I'm excited to welcome you to the second episode of the Gym Owners Forum podcast. My name is Tom, and I'm joined here today by the lovely Sarah Jayne Fitness. Do you want me to call you Sarah Jayne Fitness?
I think people think that's my name.
Okay. Yeah.
But it is Sarah Jayne.
Yeah, okay. I thought it would be really interesting to bring her onto the podcast to discuss her humble beginnings as a PT in a facility that someone else owned, to eventually starting her own facility and building this great community. So, Sarah Jayne, hello. Welcome to the podcast. I think today, what I wanted to start you off with was just a nice, easy, loosener game of this and that.
Okay.
So I assume, do you know how to play this and that?
I think so.
I'll give you two options. You decide this or that. And,
right.
you know, if you want to divulge into a bit more information about why, feel free. Okay, so we'll start you off. Actually, this probably isn't very easy, but Saturday night out or wholesome Sunday?
Oh, can I say both?
Oh my God, yeah, you can. I guess so. Are we just going to get both for every single one?
I'm going to say more wholesome Sunday because I can't hack a hangover anymore.
No, I think...
But both, you need to let your hair down, and then I'm fully for all the night mindfulness.
Alternate.
Yes.
Okay,
alternate.
I like that.
Let your hair down, and then yoga Sundays.
Perfect. So the next one would be you're getting a main course already. Starter or dessert?
Dessert.
I think, yeah.
Chocolate cake, cheesecake.
Any sort of cake.
Any sort of cake.
If it ends in cake, I want it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So the next one, moving into more gym-based territory. Gym session or classes?
We won both. That's really hard. Gym, I'd say gym session for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Personally, gym session. Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Upper or lower workout?
Lower. We like a booty day.
Yeah.
That's what all girls want to do.
I feel like that is a very, like a
That is the
stereotype.
girl
It's a
standard,
stereotype
yeah,
for
it
a
is.
reason, isn't it? No, fair enough. Group training or personal training?
Ooh, I'm going to have to say both.
Okay.
Because I do both. And then there'll be people that really benefit from one-to-one. And then I've also found that there are people that benefit from the small groups because they push each other a little bit more, and you have to keep going within that setting. So I have to say both.
Yeah.
I can't pick one or the other.
I think I'll give you that one,
let me
because
know.
something that you're really good at, and we'll touch on this later, I guess, as well, is the community side of stuff. And like the group training session is just really good for that. Like, how horrible is it to go to the gym and just be by yourself?
Yes.
When you don't feeling it.
Yeah.
Like, it's good to be uplifted. And then the last one, again, you do both. So this is why I've done this.
These are hard.
Health retreat or boot camp?
What was the first one?
Health retreat. So.
Oh my gosh. Oh, both. I'm rubbish at this game.
No, that's all good.
Because boot camp is amazing, and we've just done a women's retreat, and that was amazing as well. And we had workouts like fitness in the retreat as well, so it's a bit of everything.
No, that's fair enough.
Boot camp will kill me if I don't say boot camp. The girls will kill me. No, both.
Okay, that's fine. I'll give it you.
Okay.
I guess to start off, I would like to get a little bit of information on yourself. Like, I guess, what makes you tick? Why did you start? What's your where's your passion for the gym industry come from? So, I guess take us back to little Sarah.
Oh God.
Not little Sarah, but little Sarah in terms of her career.
Well, funny story. I actually hated the gym.
Oh, really?
I hated the gym. I think I went to a big gym once, and I was like, "Oh, this is not for me." No. Got hot and sweaty, hated it. And then I tried to do a run, and I got to the end of my road and called my mum saying, "I'm having heart failure, come and get me." And thought I was dying. So dramatic. And that was sort of it. The real catalyst for it, though, on a serious note, was I came out of a really, really bad relationship, was literally not looking after myself at all. Really low point, quite a dark place. And I actually got a job in a gym just doing admin. So I wasn't actually on the gym floor doing any PT or anything like that. I wasn't qualified to do that. But I think being in that environment and seeing everyone getting fit, going and doing their workout, chatting and everyone getting to know one another, sort of gave me the bug a little bit. And I thought, I need to do this for me, like just a couple of weeks, get some workouts in, start walking, eating better. I had a full-time job at the time for a mobile phone company, and they hated me because I was going in and taking all the biscuits out of the drawers, putting fruit in. I was like, you can't have that, you can't have that, cleaning up all their diets. And I just sort of wanted to learn more, I think, about the body, nutrition. I wanted every woman basically to feel really good because I felt really good after, 4 or 5 weeks of the gym. And yeah, they hated me. But this literally started with one lady in my living room who is a gym member now and with a medicine ball. And that was all I had. And now, yeah, we have the gym with however many ladies coming and doing it. So that is where it started from. Like long story cut short. But yeah, it's just amazing, really, when you think about it, where it started from to this. So it was mainly like a personal thing to get fitter and better and stronger. Then I wanted to learn more. It sort of turned into a business when I basically had a house situation where I had to get out of my house in 4 weeks. So the PT was going to be an extra side income. So I thought if I do personal training on the side, this will, top up my money to move house and all these things I needed to sort out. And it just kind of grew and grew to the point where eventually when I handed in my notice, my boss went, about time, because something had to give. So I was sort of doing 9 till 6 full time, training clients till 11 o'clock on an evening and weekends. It just sort of went a bit nuts. I did burn out at one point and was like, right, I can't keep going like this. I need to sort of condense it into one thing or just go for it. So yeah, I just sort of went, right, I'm going to save up 3 months PT money. And my mindset was, if I just go for it and it works, great. If it doesn't, worst case scenario, I can get another job and build on it and things like that. So that is how it started off.
No,
So yeah, thankfully it worked.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I mean, yeah, look, it's great to hear kind of the stories behind why people got to where they are, and I think
Yeah.
So, sorry to touch a little bit more on why you're now a ladies only facility. Then is that kind of stemmed from just your past experiences and?
Not necessarily. Yes and no. The ladies only, what I found was women, when I talked to women about the gym, is whenever I'd say I was going to the gym, they'd be like, oh, I won't go there, it's a big gym, and it's scary and all this. They want to feel comfortable. And I wanted to create that sort of safe, comfortable space where someone can just come in, no makeup on, in the gym clothes. They're going to be sweating and stuff, do their thing, and then off they go. The second biggest reason was ladies only sections in gyms. So I remember going to a few and they were just crap, if you know what I mean. There was just treadmills and a few dumbbells. And women want to lift, they want to squat. I wanted to hip thrust and deadlift and all these things. And there was just 2 treadmills and I think a little rack of 5 kilo dumbbells in this gym. To do any of the weight stuff, you had to go into like the main gym area and use the leg press and all that stuff. So in my head, my little vision was like, I want to have a leg press, a glute drive. I want stuff where women can lift. Like we have stuff where people can do, all sorts of workouts, but women want to have a comfortable space where they can do that and lift weights, and to get women in the gym lifting weights, because I think quite a lot of them are scared to do that. So that's where it stemmed from.
No, and so I think that's what I got the impression of, was definitely that, like, you'd done it.
It's not that we hate men.
No. Yeah, I'm not taking it personally. Don't worry. I think that was where I kind of got the impression of why you'd done it from, is because I've heard stories myself of like women in the gym, like from my girlfriend to just friends, that it can be quite a daunting place, and like even for someone like myself, I can find it a daunting place sometimes. So no, I think as a requirement in the industry, do you feel like it's absolutely necessary to have women's only spaces?
100%, and it's like a little girl gang, like you've probably seen and stuff. And like I said, it's different energy in there when women come together. We've got it on the wall, magical things happen, and it does, like friendships get built, you bond, you relate. A lot of us are mums, we've got kids. It's that space where they can come and, like I said, it's not just a workout. They can vent, rant, cry. It's therapy at the same time. They can lift, they can run. So many friendships that have been built through the gym, and like moments that have happened that I think wouldn't have happened if this weren't here.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
And I think, I harp on constantly to everyone that I see, well, like when I'm working, obviously, about like community and how important a community is in a gym. And I think, you know, if looking at things like your website, a couple of things we'll touch on later in terms of like your classes, your boot camps, your retreats, I think they're like so key for building a community. And just, I guess, have you felt, obviously with community being really important, have you felt that, I guess as a ladies only facility, you technically have just cut off 50% of your potential clientele?
Yeah.
Have you found that doing that has kind of hindered your business at all, or?
No.
I think we can leave it there, can't we? Actually, yeah.
No, I don't. I think because it to me, I think it is what it is. It's a ladies only space for women to come and feel good. They can bring the kids if they need to. They can come and just for a chat if they want. It's so much more than just like what I call your standard gym where you go, you know, and you sit on the machines and do your weights. The community is massive, and all the feedback I get is, I just feel really comfortable here. I feel comfortable to chat to someone here in the gym when I wouldn't in a big commercial gym. So I think because it's always been that way from the start, I don't think it's affected me as such. Yeah, it was never going to be a mixed gym or anything like that. So
and I think I don't think a male only gym would ever exist.
No.
But I think that the women's only feel like there are actually a lot of people that are looking for that specifically. So I can see definitely why it works.
And it's just I think it's that niche thing. There isn't anything else nearby like it or around here. So I just think for women to have that space, they get so excited and they're like, it's a ladies only space. I've been looking for something like this for ages. You know, there's women that are more than confident to go to other gyms, which is that's what you want. You want them to be confident in themselves to do that. But I think for that small sort of, let's say population, that's not the right word, but do you know what I mean? That small group that want that comfortable, safe environment, then that just, it hits the spot exactly where they need to be.
No, for sure. So I think if we can just quickly take it back from kind of where you are now to when you were getting set up. I know that you were initially just a class only facility.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm going to take the wild guess that you started that from the back of your PT business, as you said earlier. And
so I actually had a summer house. Started off in the living room, then I had a summer house in my back garden. How I fit everything in, I don't know. You know, when you look back and think, how did I fit all these people in and do this? So it was just like one-to-one sessions, and then it kind of got to group. Then it kind of got to the point where I was like, I need more room and I want to do classes and fit more people in and stuff. So this studio that I have, I took on 2 weeks before my wedding, and my husband was like, no, we're not taking on a studio. And I was like, if I don't do it, I'm going to really regret it. So I just did it and didn't tell him. I was like, when we get back off our honeymoon, we've got to put a studio together and paint and everything. And he was like, what have you done? But I was like, I've got to do it. And then it was really shit timing because COVID happened and we had to close. So I think I had it 6 months before it closed. But that was classes and just small sort of exclusive classes, and then my one-to-one. And then it changed to the gym. I actually turned the unit down twice because at the time I just wasn't ready, I don't think, in various aspects of it. But then it kind of, I like how it's been natural growth where it kind of got to the point where I was like, I need to help more people. And as a PT one-to-one, you can only fit so many in. And there was all these inquiries coming through and I just couldn't keep up with everything and PT everyone. So then I was like, we need a space where women can come and use the space. We've got the classes and where we can sort of target and get everyone in to suit what they need. So some people just do classes. Some people love the PT. Some people are a gym member, but they've got the option then to do everything. Yeah. And I can kind of just be floating around to help everyone really.
And I guess in terms of marketing the gym, obviously I think because of your sort of community feel and community nature, I think like it kind of markets itself in terms of like, this is a great space. But I guess on top of that, you've got things like your website, which is kind of a members hub. Yeah. You've got your social media, which I know you're very active on. So if you could kind of touch a little bit more on why the importance of social media, what you do on social media, and that sort of stuff.
If there are any other self-employed people listening, social media is a full-time job in itself. I know me and many other girls that come in the gym that run businesses and do beauty businesses and whatnot say the same thing because the hours of editing and stuff, but it is worth it if that makes sense. You do have to be consistent. That's the one thing that I can say is whether even if it's once a week or twice, 3 times a week you post, keep that consistency up. Because I think when you drop off it, I've found like you sort of get lost in the crowd. Obviously, social media is huge nowadays. You know, you've got TikTok, Instagram, everyone's on Facebook. Is it? It's not called Twitter anymore, is it? Is it
X.
X?
X.
All these apps. I run Instagram because I can't cope with any more than one app. But it's really, really important. I love because I just think you can reach so many more people, and you've got to think it's free advertising.
Yeah.
Use it to your advantage. Get your workouts out there. Share your nutrition tips. Share whatever you're passionate about. So I share like life, family stuff, the gym stuff because it is all part of me. Share that out and just be consistent with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for people out there that again are listening that are thinking like, as you say, what social media is the best to use. I think Instagram is, depending on your demographic,
Yes.
Instagram is the younger, more like vain, I guess,
Yeah.
if I can put it like that. Yeah, but like they are the younger, more vain sort of demographic that use
Yeah.
that one. So if that's the people you're going for, that's definitely the way.
Yeah.
But then obviously your older demographics are kind of Facebook. Do you use Facebook at all?
We do post on there like advertising pages. So certain pages let you post on certain days your business and get to share it. And then we find we'll have a lot of questions off the back of that. Or where's the gym? You know, who's Sarah? What classes do you run? So we send all that info out. We send a newsletter out monthly as well to anyone that's on our contact list.
Yeah.
So what we've got coming up, all our workshops and things, because we hold, we've got stuff going on all the time. So that really helps. So I think the biggest tip I can give is to have a bit of structure that you post constantly. I used to be really worried that, I'm, ramming it down people's faces. They're going to be sick of saying, join the gym, join the gym. But someone said, like, I think some people miss every 7 stories you post or something. It was a stat I read somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
so they
good.
were like, if they've saw a picture of like me and the kids, they've then missed the one about the gym or what yoga we've got coming up. So every other post something you've got coming up or your gym, your product, whatever it is. So don't be afraid. And then on the back of that, I do think, if it's something it's your livelihood, isn't it? It's your passion. Whack it out there, let everyone know about it and share it because they need to know.
Yeah, you mentioned just briefly there something about pages that let you post a couple of days a week.
Yeah, it's like Facebook group pages. So you can have your area. So we've got a B37 one. I think there's like 10,000 people in the group. So on a Thursday, you can post your business and your gym, whatever you've got, your services. And then people will inquire off the back of that, which is another way to gain new members, get people to come and look at the gym, share your info. And we tend to get 1 or 2 then coming to try a class or something. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before, but obviously it sounds good. Again, it's that older demographic on Facebook that kind of...
I'm not Facebook, I'm an Insta girl.
Well, you're young and
young.
vain. Okay. So I think, obviously, I know you initially started out as a class-only space and then built the gym.
Yeah.
I think, what sort of percentage of the business or what sort of percentage of people that come into the gym are using classes?
Oh, I'd say it's half and half. They have the choice, you see it as, they don't have to be a gym member to do classes.
Yeah.
So we can have anyone come to a class. Some of them will do both. What I find is the people that do classes tend to stick to classes. You'll get, for example, like my boot camp, they do a set plan. And then the weeks that boot camp doesn't run till the next one starts, they'll do classes and things in between to keep topped up or they'll do a week pass at the gym. It's really tough actually because there's quite a few they've been in this week and they're doing classes and they've joined the gym while the kids are off. Because I suppose with that option they've got 30 minutes to come and fit it in while the kids are off and things, and then their classes are obviously at set times so they can come to the gym whenever to suit. So you've got them options.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's what works really well is you can do either or. You're not tied into anything. It's if your lifestyle changes or work shifts change, you've got the option of just doing a class, or you can come to the gym, or you can join on a boot camp they run every month. It depends what you're looking for, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. And I think just sort of touching on that as well, you run like a crazy amount of different, not crazy, a great amount, it's a great amount of different, different classes. You do like workshops, you do the boot camps, you do the retreats. How do you decide like what you're going to do? How do you decide how important they are?
Can I be really honest with this question?
Yeah.
So as a PT, if any other PTs are out there, I I have tried so many things, if that makes sense, that have failed and not worked. Or you think, oh, that class is going to be really good, and no one's turned up. Or so that is, I want to say that that's normal, if you know what I mean. That's going to happen at some point. I try and take it as a learning curve now. I used to really get like, oh, upset about it, and everyone hates me. Oh my God, it's rubbish. But it's not. It's just, I think when you align with something, that's when it will take off, if you know what I mean. So now I just think it's a learning curve. That's not working. What is working? We actually, for example, morning classes, we don't have many morning classes at my gym. We've tried them, don't really seem to work. But all our evening ones are like booked up and stuff, and that seems to be the best thing. So I try and look at what's happening right now. What am I getting the feedback off ladies and mums that come to the gym? What do they need? And that's why it's not just gym and classes. We have like yoga workshops, well-being talks. We have the retreats. We run boot camp. It's bringing women together and to give them that whole well-being factor, not just smash out a workout for an hour and sweat it out. It's everything else in between, because it's really hard in an hour session, I find, to get all that info in on a PT.
Yeah.
So it allows them to have all these options to come to and build their healthy lifestyle through that way. Yeah.
And I guess, can you, my mind's just gone completely blank. For God's sakes. I had a great question line there and it's just gone. I think, I was going to say something about community, and I think I'm just bored of hearing myself say the word. No, it's fine.
It'll come back to you.
Exactly. Some of the stuff you're saying is like gold on a podcast. Can I be honest for a second? Yes, of course you can.
I have to, because do you know anything like social media though is so fake almost.
Yeah.
It's very glamorized.
Yeah.
But I try and keep it real. You know, if it's having a shit day or I'm having a good day, I share that, because a lot of women, I think that's why the gym works so well, is because they relate to that.
Yeah.
It's not all perfect. I'm a mom. I'm a normal woman, if you know what I mean, trying to balance everything and work and run a business and kids and dogs and whatnot. So I think on the online world can be really overwhelming. So for someone to go, oh my God, I'm not on my own, or I'm not like Sarah's struggling too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm normal. I'm having a stress. So I think that really, really, and it's important to show that.
Yeah.
Because so many influencers, I hate that word, but influencers online make everything look perfect, and that's not the case.
No, exactly. And I think, to be honest, touching back on what you said before, like I think trial and error is a massive part of it. I know there's probably some really cliche saying out there, like you have to learn from your mistakes.
I messed up your question then. I went off a bit, but in what works or not is I try now, and we do loads of different things, but what I find is like yoga, journaling sessions are massive. They work really well. Big disco sessions where we have a DJ in and it's made like a girls' night out, but you're working out, if that makes sense. They work really well. The boot camps, the retreats. So I'm trying now to condense it into the things that work, and then, you know, little sessions within that. We will have people come in and do workshops and stuff as well, which is incredible, because sometimes I think they get sick of me shouting at them all the time and whatever. But yeah, you will trial so many things that won't work, but then you will find your thing, and then that will be
Yeah. And I guess it's something that you've kind of made clear quite throughout is like, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and it's not easy. And you know, like, I guess that's obvious to say, but you do kind of have to think of it as a business, and it takes your life.
I think that's been a massive learning curve for me, is because it is a business, but it's also a personal thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm very much, you know, I'll chat to all the ladies in the gym. I get to know everybody, all my clients. It's a very personal job. So you have to have them boundaries.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's business and, you know, and work, and you love it. It's a passion, but that's a massive thing you have to learn to do.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people as well, they see overnight success, but they don't see all them steps that has taken to get to this point, if that makes sense. It has been a lot of tears, a lot of stress, a lot of things that have gone wrong that no one will ever know or see, if that makes sense. But then they just see the finished product.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, wow, gym popped up out of nowhere. And I'm like, no, it didn't.
And then I guess something that I wanted to touch on as well is, like, I know because of the community feel that you've built for yourself, and like I know that you, like, even on your website you've got a meet the girls page, and it's like all the girls, and you're all shouting about each other and stuff like that. Like, how important is it to have a good support network around you in terms of these people?
I can speak from experience from not having like loads of friends when I was younger through school and stuff. Is now I feel like I have a huge like girl gang, and that's what it is. But it is like it's proper sisterhood. It's proper empowering women, lifting them up. I try and say to everyone that comes in when they're nervous, I'm like, everyone's here really to do the same thing. They want to get fitter, feel better, look a bit better, feel confident in themselves, get healthier, get stronger. That may be different goals for the individual, but ultimately we're all here to just feel better in ourselves mentally. Exercise is incredible for that, and to feel part of something. So I'm massive on there is room for everyone. Lift each other up, and I think there's not enough of that, to be honest. In the world, I think we need more of that. So it really is like, especially it makes me cry, it makes me emotional. It does, because I've got incredible friends from the gym, incredible gym members that help. One of them was hoovering the other week when I was off.
Oh.
And I never asked to do anything. They're just incredible. And the friendships that have been made and I've made, I just think if I never did this, that wouldn't have happened. And just to make that difference in someone's life, that's what I do it for. If I've made one person feel better about themselves, then I've done my job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've turned into like a philosophy and
this is a
love
therapy session.
podcast. Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, sorry. So I know you were just sort of talking about like people see the overnight success and they don't see all of the kind of hard work that's gone in before it. I wanted to sort of look into that a little bit more, and I guess this is two questions, which is really annoying, so we'll start with just one. What do you feel that have been the things that have kind of been the toughest obstacles to overcome?
Again, being really honest, is that self-doubt.
Yeah.
If you let that take over, it can really hold you back from doing things. Where I'm a big believer in just try it first. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't mean you're shit at it. Just find something else that works.
You might be shit at it, though.
You might be shit at it, but you've got to try things, haven't you, before?
Yeah.
You don't know until you try.
Exactly.
So self-doubt's a massive one. I think, like I've written down in here, like, I think it's just hard work and belief. Because if you don't believe in what you're trying to do, no one else will.
Yeah.
So you're the brand, you're your walking gym, if that makes sense. You've got to be that passionate, energetic person, which everyone says, like saying like Duracell bunny, you don't stop, you don't sit down. But if you don't believe in it, no one else will.
Yeah.
So hard work, consistency, you have to keep going, you have to believe in it. And obstacles and challenges that have come up is it can be from anything. Like, I'm someone that wants something done yesterday. So when the gym was getting built and everything coming in, there'd be loads of little, really when you look back, it's minor things, you know, equipment's not come or something's broken or this isn't going to work, that can't fit there. It's 1,000 questions. You're setting up software. You're trying to set up a schedule. You're trying to find instructors. That's been the biggest thing, is finding the right people.
Yeah.
100%. Because you're trusting them with your baby, basically, your whole thing.
Yeah.
And you want them to be mini yous, if you know what I mean. You want them to have that same sort of energy and passion. And I'm very lucky we've got some incredible people at the gym. But that's been the hardest thing, because then you take on everything yourself.
Yeah.
And as a business owner, you want to grow and sort of not step back from it, but you want to have things in place where then you're free to do other things and build on other things. So you've got to trust. You have to trust. But also keep, I don't know what the word is, like keep, not yourself to yourself, but like protect your energy, because you've got to find the right people to trust with all the things and your ideas and your creativity and the things you want to do. You've got to protect that, but also it's a really tough one.
It's a balance, I guess.
It's a balance, and delegating out. I'm a control freak, absolute control freak. So, poor Kate, my admin girl, she's incredible. I wish I had 3 of her. But even with her, like me trying to then go, right, Kate can take care of this. I don't need to do that now. That has been a huge thing for me. And I'm sure other people will agree, is that delegate out and get help with stuff.
Yeah.
We tend to take it all on, and you've got to do it as a team, because you can't, there's only so far you can go on your own and do everything. You've got to then have people helping you. Yeah.
So then on the flip side of that, what have been some of the best things and best moments? And
oh my God. So when I opened the gym, I was in Costa Coffee in Chelmsford Wood, and we'd done our pre-sale, and we sold loads of memberships within like the first 20 minutes. So I was just on my own, sat crying in Costa like a weirdo. But it was such like surreal moment. You know, when you don't think it's real, I thought, oh my God, this is it now. Like, you're panicking thinking, what if nobody signs up? I've opened this gym, what if no one comes? So that was insane. I've helped a lady who has cerebral palsy. She did Race for Life 5K, who she can't really feel or use her legs, but she walked the whole thing, which was an insane moment. I've helped loads of women sort of after having children get back to feeling themselves, feeling their best. I've created friendships and got friends for life from the gym that I couldn't imagine being without now. Even Saturday morning just gone, it was like a party in there. It was nuts. There was a girl doing a leg press. Everyone was shouting and clapping and cheering. It was just insane. And I love that. Every day there is moments I think, oh, as if this is my job.
Yeah.
Like, this is my job. I get to just hang out and train with women every day. So many things. You put me on the spot. I need to think of more because there's just so many.
You can go back to this and that, and you can just say everything. Everything's been amazing.
Everything has been amazing. Everything. Yeah. The pros, definitely, all the good moments definitely outweigh all the bits where it's been tough, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's what you do it for. You know, it's never going to be easy or a straight line. It's literally like this every day. But it's the best thing I've ever done. Join Sarah Jayne Fitness Gym. Can I do that?
Yeah, of course. I actually think, to be honest, I think... I actually think one thing that's probably worth mentioning, and obviously I know we had the Fit Club on last week, and I said check them out. One thing to check out with Sarah Jayne Fitness would be her website, her Instagram. I think she's like a stellar example of someone that, you know, has built a community and has all of the elements. Obviously, there's probably more you could be doing. I don't know what it is, and you probably do, but that she has all of these elements that come together to form this community, and this tight-knit community where, you know, people want to be there and people love to be there. And like, as you say, it's like that they're your friends at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, friends at the end of the day are more loyal than anything else. Not to, again, we're turning into a,
been very deep.
Yeah, we're very deep at the moment, but yeah, no. I mean, have you got any? So I guess, to wrap it up, I guess, Sarah, have you got anything else that you think's really important that you want everyone to know?
Get to the gym, lift weights, eat your protein, drink your water. No, but women, get to the gym. Don't be afraid of it. That's why I opened the gym, is to get women in there, because so many probably want to work out. And they're dying to go to the gym and stuff, but they're just so scared or feel uncomfortable about it. So just don't put it off, because you won't regret it. It's never too late to start and to start taking care of yourself, because I wish I'd done it sooner. And
for any young Sarah Jaynes out there that are thinking, you know, God, I'm so stressed, I'm thinking about starting a business, give us a couple bits of advice for them to, you know. Okay. So you will be stressed. You got to learn to ride with it. But keep going. If you believe in something, don't let other people get in your head. Because so many times I had people tell me no, or to not do this, you're stupid. Watch your circle, and even friends, because not everyone will be your friend when that happens, or when you try and branch out on your own and do things. I had that. So you can't let that, if you've got that little niggle or desire to do something, keep pushing and don't ignore it, because it will get too big to ignore when you have to do something. So keep pushing it. If you're passionate about something, just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Just do it. For sure. Hell yeah. I love it. Okay. Sarah, thank you very much for joining us on the Gym Owners Forum podcast. It's been a pleasure to have you. I think that we've covered some really great stuff in terms of community, starting a business, running a business, everything, living life, being happy, everything. So thank you very much for joining us. As I said before, I would definitely recommend going online, checking out Sarah Jayne Fitness online or on Instagram. There's loads of cool stuff that she does. It's really interesting as a sort of business concept. So look, thank you very much for having us. Speak soon. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for joining us for the second episode of the Gym Owners Forum podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode and you'd like to hear more stories like Sarah Jayne's, or you'd even just like to get some advice from people that work in the gym industry, please click the links down below. If you have any ideas for what you'd want to hear in the future of the podcast, or maybe even you'd like to appear on it, then please get in touch with us using info@gymownersforum.com. We'll be releasing one of these episodes every month, so just keep your eyes peeled wherever you get your podcast from. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.